Hey kids.
We did it. We made it.
It's like our greatest achievement every show, I feel.
Yeah.
We make it to this point, boom! And the show's all downhill after that, but we did it this far. How you doing, buddy? What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had cheesy rice with an egg.
Cheesy rice for an egg, and am I correct in saying that it looks like you're still wearing your jammies?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Just checking. Let's start off with a thing we call,
What happened last time?
as we travel backwards in time. Go ahead, Kim. Yep.
We worked on entering, at the very end of the show at least, we worked on entering superscript mode. So if you type in 4, and then you type in the caret.
Wait, hold on. Let me switch to your machine, my friend, so
Oops.
everybody can see it. Go ahead.
Wait.
Wait, what's that text? Boom in superscript mode,
Yeah.
sucka. Who wrote that?
Okay, so now if we, if you want, sorry, I should explain the code currently. Right now we have a program that can take a fraction or a mixed, or a mixed number. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. Or a mixed number, and then it can add it to a fraction or a mixed number or a decimal even. It can also, or it can't just add it. It can also subtract. It can divide. It can multiply, and we could change this to a decimal, and that would all still work.
Yeah. You know what's bugging me out of those three answers? The top one and the bottom one. Well, there we go. Now we got some decimal up there. The top one's only shows a decimal. It's not forced into a decimal if it's a fractional answer. And I kind of wanted to make that top number that says 3.1 right now always be a decimal.
Maybe, yeah, because if we have two fractions, or even a fraction and...
Yeah, it's gonna see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of having it show you decimal all across the board. We also made it. I'm pretty sure that you can click on any of those three labels, and if you
yes, copies it.
do, it'll copy it to the clipboard.
You can do it for any of them. And then, last week, we made it so that you can take a decimal, and or even actually a fraction, I believe, anything, and you can enter superscript mode by pressing Shift and then 6 for the caret.
Yeah.
And you enter superscript mode. It doesn't quite work yet, but that's what we're planning to get done
We're just
today and
Yeah.
tomorrow, probably.
Now,
as well.
if you hit enter, I think you exit superscript mode. Is that
Yes.
right? Good.
Enter and escape, we made it as well, right?
I
not
don't know.
escape
Did we
mode.
write that? I don't remember who wrote that or not.
We did do it for escape, but
We did or did not?
did not.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Also, I discovered last night you were working on another program.
Oh yes, I was.
Do you want to show that a little bit?
Sure.
It's just started, but you had an idea. Tell about the idea you had.
Okay, so my idea was to visualize exponential growth using XAML. And so I took an ellipse and I made it so that every time you hit a certain button, it would double in size one way, and then the next time you hit it, it would double in size down, and then it would double in size to the right, and then down, each time you hit the button.
Did you actually get that to work?
I did not. No.
Okay, so you started with that idea then, right?
Yes.
Can can we open that up and
Yeah.
and if you want, we can actually, if you have questions on that, we can kind of take it further if you want, or at the very least just show. We'll say here's where we started, and so you can kind of get a sense of what that looks like. I thought this was pretty cool because it's the first time that I've seen Campbell kind of explore on his own without me on this, which I thought, okay, that's kind of a significant piece right there. So you created your own new project.
Yes.
A WPF project. What's the XAML look like? Did you drop anything on it?
Yeah, I did. I have an ellipse.
Oh, cool.
Wait, no,
So you
I
got
should
the ellipse.
Probably move this to the corner.
One thing you got a name. You named it Circle.
Yes.
Okay.
So that I can access it from the CS file.
Okay. Cool. And then go ahead and choose exponentially grow and see what happens when we double click on that.
It brings it to this method.
And so you're basically, here's your code where you're like saying, go ahead, why don't you explain it actually? Because I heard you say it, but go ahead and explain it again.
Yes.
What's happening with line 40 and 41?
With line 40 and 41, we say if move on the x-axis is true, which we set it to true at the beginning of this class, then we set it to false. And then...
So it's just toggling. It's a Boolean that changes state every time you get in here.
And I know this can just be an else statement, but I kind of want just to show what's happening for it to be an else if.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. You know what? I did the same thing when I was using... So Campbell's talking about this if right here on line 42 that the drone is flying over. Right?
Yeah.
Basically, we know that we don't actually need to say if move on axis is false because
it's already, if it's true, if it isn't true, that means that it's definitely false.
Right, but no, I totally appreciate that. Right, I did the same thing because it kind of is like a comment. It reminds me of what's happening in the code as I go through and look at it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And
no,
then
I did that too.
if it's false, we set it to true. And then down here we say for as long as it's... Oh, wait. I think I had a different idea than what I'm saying I had.
Oh, that's so interesting. You were going to create more circles?
More circles and just have them...
That's actually cool, too. So you create more circles. You could make them smaller, I suppose, to get them to all fit.
Yeah,
show them all on screen.
What I was going to do. We can make it the other way, but yeah, so I say for as long as I is less than the circle count times 2. Oops. This does not need to be 0. It's... Right. Am I wrong about that?
Well, it depends on what you want your loop to go through. Right there, it's going to go through 0 times twice as many circles as you have, minus 1. Well, it'll actually iterate number of circles you have times minus 1 times.
Yeah, I think I want this to be actually circle count then. Right?
Well, I don't know. You've got to, that's the thing about programming, right? You've got forks in the road that decisions you can make every moment. And, I think having a good vision of where you want to go helps in those moments. So what I would suggest at this point is step away. Let's kind of save this. Think about it. You think about where you want to go with that. Whether you want to make multiple circles or just make one circle bigger, or you could even create like a radio button that allows people to choose which of those two options they want.
Or a checkbox or something like that.
Right, a checkbox.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well that's cool. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. That's cool. And we can work on that anytime if you want questions.
Also, I ran into a problem with the having multiple circles. Is if I take this one circle and then I hit exponentially grow, it will go to here. And then the next time it will move both of these circles down. But then the next time these two circles moving to the side will just be in the same place as the other ones, and it won't work. And you'll only see another one more line of circles.
Yeah, you can write some code to figure that out, though. I think you can.
Yeah, definitely you can. But I didn't know
a number
what
of ways
that
to solve
code
that.
was.
But no, I get that. I totally get that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's called show and tell time. We just need to make new titles for that. Show and tell with Campbell.
Oop. Yeah, and then so we can return to this for the show because it was what we were working on last time.
Okay, so let's go look at the code where we send out that message. We enter supernum. We're entering power mode or whatever. What do we call that? Sucka. Where's that message in the code? We're looking for a yellow string like this. Go find that. The one that when we turn the thing green. I have a feeling it's probably near the bottom. I tend to add new things near the bottom. I don't remember what it's called. Oh,
enter superscript mode.
Enter superscript mode. That top one there looks good.
Oops,
What do you got?
not what I wanted.
That's
Superscript.
superscript power. What do we do with that? Tap the next reference on that. I don't remember what we did with that.
Okay.
This is the only problem with waiting a week between writing code. Wait. Go back to tap the next reference
Shift
on
tab.
it. What's that?
I'm not sure. It sets.
Oh, I see. It's a property of find unit power. You recognize this?
Slightly.
Do it. Scroll the code down just a little bit. Stop. Look at line 20. Look at line 20.
Right, and this is in the regex. This is for regex
code generated
purposes.
by our regex generator, right? Our regex
Yeah.
class creator. Okay, cool. So that's not really what we want, but it's a way to basically, this is, we're talking about live entering that number is what we want to do. All right, let's go back over into, it's going to be main window.xaml. It's where we want to be.
Or, no. .xaml.cs,
.cs
right?
is what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And,
yeah, enter
look at
superscript.
here. Yeah, it is at the end of it. What do you want to say?
Enter superscript mode is just.
Yeah, so if Shift plus 6 is pressed, and the Enter key is pressed.
This is it's saying if the key 6 is down, which is the caret key.
Right,
if you're
on the US
Shift
keyboard.
down.
That's what it is on the US keyboard.
On the US keyboard, yeah.
If you're on a non-US keyboard, that may be a different number key. So basically we're looking for number 6 plus the Shift key. For us, that's the caret symbol.
Uh-huh.
The caret symbol, just so everybody knows what I'm talking about, is that little hat. It's like the circumflex. It's that guy right there. That's what we're talking about, that key. Okay, cool. What we might want to do is extract this into its own method and call this caret key press, or maybe superscript key press is better. And the reason I'm suggesting this is because sometimes, because things are different on different keyboards, somebody might want to change this so it works on other keyboards. And it makes way more sense to have just a single method called superscript key press that does that, so that somebody can go make that there rather than copy this code everywhere. We want to see is Shift plus the number 6 is selected. We also, I was thinking we take this, so you were suggesting maybe hitting escape might be a good way to exit.
Yes. We can just change this so that it's enter or.
If you select it like I just did and hit the Shift Enter key, it'll build all that for you. Hit selection increase.
Back.
And now Shift Enter to duplicate the selection. See, it adds the OR symbol for you.
Yeah.
Right there. And now you just hit Enter till you get to the last piece and change it to escape.
Oops.
There you go. All right. You want to try that real quick?
Yeah.
I like really fast edit test cycles. Where I can edit and make a change.
Escape. Yeah, it works.
All right. Do we want to change the? What do you want to stay focused on this, or do you want to switch over and take care of that first number and force it to always be decimal?
Let's keep working on this.
Okay, cool. So just to review, wait, don't close it yet. All right, go ahead and back, start it up again. So just to review, what we have is the ability to go ahead and enter a number, switch to a mode by hitting the caret key,
Shift,
and that's all we're doing right now.
Yes.
And that's it. And then we can exit the mode as well by hitting Enter or Escape.
Escape or Enter. Enter, Escape. Okay. They both work.
All right, let's look at the code. Let's figure out how we're going to do this.
Well, we have a method already called Enter Superscript Mode. And this is what we're doing right now. What we want to do is make it so that any number that you enter here becomes one of, where do we have it? Do we have it somewhere in this code?
It's over in the test code is where I think it is, but we should copy it and bring it over. You want to take that 6 away before you get out of here.
That's true. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. The exponents from character map. I don't have it open right now, but
yeah.
From character map.
Character map or char map. Yeah, we found it in there. There's a couple right there on screen right now. 1, 2, and 3 are there.
Oh yeah, 2, 1. I don't.
Janiscu 7 is here. Janiscu 7, your fanfare didn't play. I think I may know why. We had an OBS crash up there. There you can see evidence of the crash right there on my machine. Here, I'll bring it over so you can see what I'm showing you. Let's go and stop that. We'll restart that. And I bet your fanfare is going to work the next time you say something once I restart it, which I'm doing right now. There you go, Janiscu 7. Welcome, by the way. Good to see you out there. All right, back over to Campbell's machine. And so Campbell's just showing the superscripts that we found before.
Down here we have 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 as exponents. And up above we have the 2, 3.
And the 1 to the right, far right. Look at the right. And the 0 is there too. I didn't notice the 0. I think that's a 0. So we have those, and we have this.
No, this is a degree sign, but we could use it as a 0.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I think we are, actually.
No, I think we have a better 0 down below.
Maybe.
I think you're right.
So,
anyway,
yeah.
we took them all on the clipboard, we copied them, and they're still on the clipboard now?
Those
are the ones, and we have that symbol, use that symbol for minus sign.
Yes, this symbol. So,
where are you? We need your help.
We need your help, man. Look out, Campbell. That guy looks like a bad guy right there. He's going to add bugs to our code. Look at what he did to this December's name.
Here. Right now.
Showed up. Everything's safe now. Okay, now we need to change what you type as you type it. I think.
So,
that's what I want to do.
What we want to, my buttons aren't working. Can you switch over to my screen again?
You got it. There you go.
So what we want to do is once you hit the caret key, when we're in superscript mode, to change, if you type in like this, to change it to
those over there, the equivalent numbers.
Yeah.
Right, those.
Well, I guess it's not quite the right order, but.
Yeah, we'll change the ones on the left. It's easier to change the ones on the left if you want. Yeah, if you type in 4, 5, 6, we want to change it to this. As long as we're in that mode, I think it's going to actually work pretty well.
And then once we hit enter for it to stop going in that mode, and then we can just type normally.
Right, exactly. I think it's going to look very cool and work really well. Notice over here on line 126, right? We already have this Boolean that tells us whether we're in the mode or not. So we can use that. If we can find an event that's fired every time a key is pressed, we might be able to change the key. We might be able to do that, or alternatively, we might be able to hook into an event whenever the text is changed. So we can do probably one or two approaches. One of those should work, maybe both could work. That's what we want to do, but we want to go find...
That seems to be the case in a lot of code. In a lot of, if you want to do something, there are often many ways of doing it.
Yeah, no, that's really true. It really is. So let's go to the XAML. Let's go find that text box that we're typing into in the XAML, in the main window.xaml.
This piece?
No, don't run it. Just
this piece right here?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay.
That one, exactly. Yeah, so let's go into XAML, click on that text box. Is that it? It's called, nope, that's
the text block.
Over the
we
top
want this.
script explosion, what do we call it? TVX equation. So we've already got a TVX equation text changed.
Yeah.
Ooh, we've also got a preview key down. See that right there? Let's go look at preview key down. That's where we're hooking in. See that? That's where we're hooking in to find out whether we exit the mode or not. Is my mouse on your... Sorry, I think my mouse was on your machine. And I wonder if it's possible to insert the key or change the key. E.key. Notice here, see that right there?
Yeah.
You know what that means? Let's compare it. Let's see if there's anything that's got any different. There's also got just the word get.
There's a getter and a setter.
I was looking for something with a setter. Wait, this one.
Yeah.
See that?
This one has a getter.
So what does that mean? What's the difference between this one with a getter and a setter and this one with a getter?
I actually don't remember what the getters and setters do.
The getters get the value from the property. What do you think the setters do?
They set the value from the property.
Right, so
it's kind of like having out methods and just regular methods, right?
like having out parameters, I guess is what you're saying? Yeah, it's a little bit in terms of directional flow. So do you think I can change this key? Intercept it and change it?
It's getting, it's trying to get the value.
I can't change it because it has no setter. That's kind of what I'm getting to. So this is, in other words, I can set handle to true because it's got a setter. See, right here, handle to true?
Yeah, okay. But the getter, it will output the value.
Yeah, but I can't set it. That's what that means.
All right.
So what that means is
That makes
in our equation key down, even though it'd be sweet to be able to change it here, it's going to be harder. We really can't. What we could do is this, as kind of a really kind of cheap trick. We could say, hey, if in superscript mode, okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to check to see, we're going to say, hey, if e.key equals key dot, and then we need to start looking at numbers here, d0, then I want to say insert, and then we're going to pass in this guy right here. Insert power, something like that. Like that. And then I'm going to come down and say else if key is equal to D1, and just kind of keep working our way down here. What you were going to say, Campbell?
That feels kind of sledgehammer to me.
Well, there's okay. Well, you know, it's the best I got right now.
Yeah.
So, hold on.
Wait, why would we? Oh, else. Okay. Yeah.
So that's kind of, this is, I actually think the sledgehammer approach is actually going to be what we're going to end up doing here. Like this. And I'm just using,
Shift
so this is,
enter.
I'm using a couple features right now, yeah. I'm using Alt-Shift-Home, which swaps locations between the last marker position, we see the red around here,
Yeah.
and where I am. So I'm just hitting Alt-Shift-Home to switch. Then once I'm here and I've done it, I hit Shift-Enter to duplicate the last. It knows, even though I don't have it selected, it says, hey, you're in the same space in the field where you were before, the last thing you duplicated, which was else if. All of that, right? The last thing I duplicated was these two lines. So if I'm in one of these fields and I hit Shift-Enter again, it'll continue the pattern. Okay, I just hit Enter here because that's going to be right. And then I hit Alt-Shift-Home to come back up here, grab the next one, copy it, Alt-Shift-Home again. And now I'm back down there and I paste. You want to try it? So try hitting Shift-Enter now. Now that I'm not in the field, I'm not sure if it'll still work.
Oh.
Okay, and now Alt-Shift-Home. Good, now grab the 5, copy it, and Alt-Shift-Home to go back. And then paste it. And then, there you go. And then Alt-Shift-Home. Grab the 6, copy it, scroll down a little bit with the mouse, and then Alt-Shift-Home so you can just, everything's on screen. Right, there you go.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. I forgot to hit Alt, I believe. Right. Alt-Shift-Home. Control V.
Good.
Shift-Enter.
Oh, we lost it. That's all right. We can just select the whole thing. Just undo and then select it from the else to the Shift up and then Shift home. Shift home. There you go. Good job. And now duplicate it. There's your D7.
Alt-Shift-Home. Shift-Home. Control-C.
At some point, we'll need to kind of map from the D keys to the...
Oh yeah, why are we making it a D key? Why is it D8 or D7?
Because you can't start an identifier with a number. And so D stands for digit or decimal or digit, I think is what it stands for. And so D1 is how they decided to name that element in the enumeration.
Okay.
So this is an enumeration. Remember we talked about Boolean. Boolean's kind of essentially an enumeration. It only includes false and true as its elements.
That's not what I wanted to do.
And that's going to be the 9. And then we need the
subtraction.
Subtraction. Don't forget that Alt-Shift-Home can take you there if you want. All right? As long as there's a marker in one of the two places. All right, and this one is going to be minus. Try typing in minus. The word minus, M-I. What does it say? OEM minus? Maybe that works. Or hyphen. Try hyphen. I think if we're going to use the numbers across the top,
Oops.
Hyphen's not there. Dash. Yeah, maybe it is minus. All right. Didn't look like hyphen was there. All right, we'll try that one.
Maybe.
You know, subtract. I bet it's that. The subtract key. All right, cool. Now, so if it's a subtract, let's get the last piece. I'm not sure if that's still in, yeah, you're gonna have to go grab that one. And then bring it down. Yeah. All right, cool.
Now we just need to create a method called insert power.
Right. So let's do that.
Boop. Code key. Declare method. So currently, the code that we just wrote says if you hit a 0, then insert this. If you didn't hit a 0 and you hit a 1, insert this. Put this in place of that 1. If you didn't hit a 1 or 0 and you hit a 2, put this in place of that 2. If you didn't hit a 0, 1, 2, and you hit a 3, do this. So this, and then so on and so forth.
Right, so it's basically saying, hey, what number did you press? And then we're going to press a different one for you.
Yeah.
The key down still, this is in our preview key down. Now, if we do any of those, then we've kind of handled it. Let's see here. If it's not any of those keys, then I want to say let's return. Okay, so let's say we've hit any other key, right? We're gonna get all the way down here and we're just gonna exit. Well, we actually have to check to see, we can't actually exit here. Hold on. We need to move this down because if we exit, we'll never be able to find out if they're pressing enter or escape. So we need to check for those first to exit the mode. But now if we get down to this point, we can now return. But if we don't execute this line of code, that means one of these was executed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is like a multiple fork branch in the road. In fact, there's a CodeRush refactoring that can take this called conditional to switch that can take it to this, like that. And this is the same essential code. It's basically each one of these represents a fork in the road. So hey, if it's a D0, insert the power. Right? If it's D1.
It's a 1, then insert that power.
Yeah. And this break just means, okay, don't fall through to the next code, just get out of here once we hit break.
It's similar to return.
Yeah, it's similar to return, but it doesn't exit the method, it just exits the switch statement. The switch statement, syntax for that is right up here, switch, and then some expression. So we're testing e.key, and then case means, hey, does e.key equal D0? Case D1, does it equal D1? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's basically setting up a match from one to another. Now, our default is to return. So again, this return means we didn't get any of these. But if we got any of these, we'll break and we'll skip past the default. We'll get outside the switch statement, which see this line right here, that goes all the way down. And then we'll get to here, and now we can say e.handled equals what? We want to make sure that it doesn't want to grab that. We don't want to insert 2 8s. So what should we set e.handled to? Do you have a sense of what that should be?
Whatever we just inserted.
Well, t.handled is a bool. Gets or sets a value to indicate the present state of the event handling for a routed event as it travels the road. If set to true, the event is marked handle.
Well, we did handle it, right?
Yeah.
So true.
True. What that means is the regular handler for the key, because this is in our preview key, won't actually, it'll ignore the key if we set it to true. So we'll just make a little comment here that says, ignore the key. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that is, that code will for sure work once we have insert power working.
All right, so now we gotta,
As a
let's just try this for now. Just a really crude implementation where we do this. We just add it to the end of the string. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
So it won't delete one, it will just add.
Yeah, just gonna add. And just let's run it and see what happens. And I think we're gonna find that this method here, insert power, is gonna need some work. But let's try it.
Uh-oh. Skype just froze.
What did you say? What froze?
Skype for me.
Skype froze. Still I'm showing good internet connection.
It could have been.
Let me, you're right, it froze, it's frozen over there. Let me see if I can reset it.
So, yeah. Arc.
Okay, exit and restart NDI is what I'll do on that other machine. How does it working, Campbell? I think folks can still see your machine.
It's, so if we enter superscript mode by entering the caret key after a number, and then if we type in a number, oh, it will take us back to the beginning.
It moves the caret to the wrong place.
Yeah.
But what if you type in 1, 2, 3, 4 right now?
And it will also just keep on writing it at the end of the string. So
Cool.
if you have this already implemented as the, oops. Wait,
Still in the mode, right?
yeah, I do not want to be
So
able to
we
do
might
this.
want to make it too, so if you have the plus or something like that, or a space, we exit the mode on a space too.
And then if we re-enter the mode, and if we keep on entering things, and even if we want them to be here, it will always be at the end. So that's not quite the method we want.
Let's see, what is wrong here? I'm still trying to solve your issue so that you can see my NDI. I've restarted NDI. It looks like the connection the problem may not be on that second machine, maybe back on my machine. Let's go see if I can do a little toggle on my machine to get that. See if this works. It does not appear to be working. I've not seen this before. I am
Why is it not working?
It's interesting. It says and shows that it's connected. I think I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down Skype, Campbell, and I'm going to also restart NDI one more time, even though it looks like it's running fine. Let's try one more time on that. We're going to, let me close down Skype and I'll restart Skype and we'll redo the call. How's that sound to you?
All right.
Okay. All right, how are we doing on the NDI? NDI looks connected, and let's start up Skype. Let's go into my settings. Let's see if we can now see it. It is black. Why is that? That's interesting. After like 2 restarts.
Is there something that says, that tells you where the caret is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I'm going to restart this other computer. And so just bear with me while that happens, Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah, there is something that tells you where the caret is.
Do you know what it's called?
What'd you say?
Do you know what it's called?
I think this is a clue. Selection start. Gets or set the character index for the start of the selection. So what we could do is a method. let's see. Nope, it's not. See, it's got a getter and setter.
Yeah.
We can get it or set it. I think we just need to declare
In this
local.
case scenario, we want to set it. Right?
Yeah.
No, we want to get it, and then set it to what we got.
So
Before
what if
we move the caret to the beginning.
Yeah, and so what if we did this? What if we said selection start is equal to, and we just put it back to what we started with? What if we did that?
Yeah, that would work.
All right, let's run it. Well,
It's still gonna put it at the end though. It will just keep your caret in the right place.
say that one more time.
It will still put whatever you type in at the end, I think, but it won't. It would just put your caret where you had it before.
Well, let's see what it does.
I believe. Yep. Wait. Yep, it keeps your caret in the same place, but it does put it here.
So if you put your caret at the end of the 5,
Yeah.
and now you type in a 1 or something, okay, it doesn't move it with it.
Move with.
Okay. What if we changed it to?
Oh, wait.
What were you thinking? Did you,
So when you type in normally, it moves your caret with you. If you type in any number.
it is, yes, it does.
will.
But when we say handled is
Replace
true
it.
from the preview key down,
Does it not move the caret with
none of that code runs. Yeah. That's right, none of it runs. Okay, I'm now convinced the problem is not on my second machine, the problem is on my first machine. Yeah, well, we may not be able to
See it?
see it for this show.
That's okay.
That's my current sense, because I've done all the toggling I feel like I can do without shutting down.
Well, okay, that's fine. I don't need to see.
All right.
What's,
Apologies for
on my
that.
screen anyway.
I'm still I'm tweaking a little bit. I'm just kind of toggling back one more time. Let's go in one more time to take a look at that last toggle I just did. Yeah, it looks like it is not. It's totally black, my friend. Okay, so we're not going to send that over to you. So I'm ignoring that, moving on. Okay, so what if we just added 1 to it as a small chest change? And then we try it again.
What do you mean? Just add 1?
Go back to the code we were looking at. So on line 139,
Oops. What? Yes.
what if we added 1?
Instead of adding a string.
Look at line 139.
Just
What if we
1.
move the selection start over 1 more than that?
What?
Well,
Oh, plus 1. Okay.
yeah.
I see.
What do you think would happen now?
Well, it will move the caret over 1, no matter what. But I'm not sure if that's...
Well, we're inserting text as well, right? Let's save it and run it and see what happens.
Okay. It appears to be working.
Not quite in sync though, is it?
No, if you have your carrots anywhere else except for the end.
Yeah.
So now what we need to do is make it,
But now if you, but if you do this, just let me confirm for a second,
Yeah.
right? If we run it, and I say X, and then I say caret, and then I say 1, 2, 3, right now it appears to work
yes,
the
it
way I'd
works.
expect.
But if you want to, you have something like this, like that, and you want to change something here, you enter superscript mode, and it will always have them over here.
Because why?
Because we're just adding to the string.
We're adding
because
to
of
the
that
end.
line of the code. Because
Yeah.
of
So what
line
if we?
138. Because it is when we just add whatever we want to the string, it puts it at the end, not where your caret is.
Okay. All right. So what if we then said, okay, we then said equation text equals, instead of plus equals, we said it's equal to, well, let's do this. Let's put this inside its own string so we can work with it. So it's a little easier to work with. Does that make sense? So we'll come over here and we'll declare a local for this. And we'll call it, I guess, text. And then what we're going to say, or existing text maybe.
Maybe equation text.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm playing with a couple ideas. Equation text. We set that equal to this. And we maybe create a new string called new text, like this. Okay? And we set new text equal to, and what we're really looking for is, hey, where's the selection in here? And so we're going to, the selection start. And so what we can do is we can say, well, it's equal to equation text dot substring starting at 0. We want the first part of it going up to selection start, I think. Plus,
Wait. Can you say that again?
we basically want to cut, we want to insert, gosh, my hands aren't lined up, the string into the middle of equation text.
Not quite the middle, just to where your caret is.
At the equation start, selection start, position. Like that.
Where your caret is.
Yeah, where the caret is, right.
Where not the caret that's like the little hat, but
Ooh.
the caret that is like the line that's flashing on and off. That is where you put your text.
Look what I just found.
What?
Found insert.
Mm.
I didn't know that existed.
Is it a method?
Yeah, it's a method that takes a first parameter of an index, and the second parameter is the text. Let's try that. And I think we still need this line of code. I think, based on what I'm expecting it's going to do. Yeah, because it's just, let's try that. Can we run that?
Yeah. Okay.
So to do our test quickly, instead of, let's go right into just typing like an X, and then a caret symbol, and then a 1, 2, 3. Did you move left?
Oh, that's not what we want.
Try again. Try
It's
X.
similar to
Oh wait, get out of this.
X. Escape.
Okay, X,
X.
caret,
Caret.
1, 2, 3.
It's like pressing insert. It's just doing the exact same thing.
Returns a new string in which, wait, let's read this. Specified string is inserted at a specified position in this instance. It's just replacing it. It's like the worst news ever. I'm like stunned. Let me try it. I have to see this for myself. X. It is so replacing it. Okay, well, insert is just lame. That's like the lamest thing ever. It looks like it's just totally designed to replace rather than move things along.
It's the same as just pressing the insert key.
Well, the insert key toggles you between insert and override mode. It's bizarre to me. I want to do more tests on this so I fully understand it, but until then, we're going to go back to substring. And so I need to grab two parts of it, depending on where it is. In fact, let's do this. Let's break this down. Let's create a first part. And And that's going to be the part to the left of selection start. And so we're going to say that goes from 0 to selection start. And we're going to create a second part, which goes from selection start all the way to the end.
Oh, okay. I think.
And then we're going to say new text is equal to first part plus stir plus second part. And let's also do one more thing. Set a breakpoint right there. Run it. And step through it. I want you to step through it. Remember, F10 is to step over a line of code. But get it set up so you've got like an X.
What? Sorry. What did you say?
Let's go ahead and do the test. So X power 1, 2, 3 is our test. We'll do the same test every time. Okay, good. So hit F10 to step over it, and you see that now first part is X, second part is empty, cool. And the new text is X to the 1.
Yeah.
Cool. Run. Hit F5. Now type, what? Hold on. Oh! Was this our problem? Did this exist before the whole time? That was our problem. I wonder if insert actually does work and I just missed that.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's comment this out. Although I do like the first part and second part. What I want to do though is let's try the insert.
Yeah, I was thinking, what if insert works, but there's like, you have to have what if we made an extension method on it that will just replace where the caret is, not any number or any space or any character. It will just replace the place where the caret is. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that does make
Selection
sense.
start.
Okay, now it looks like that worked. 3, 4, 5, yeah. So we do get out of the mode X, caret, 1, 2, 3, 4, it works. What if I left arrow, and put in a 6? It works.
It does.
So the
Okay.
insert does work. That's really great news. The problem was it was our line of code that was just simply replacing
Setting
it with a
equal
string.
to-
What'd you say?
It was just setting the string equal to
Right.
whatever you typed in.
Right. Can I backspace? Oh, I can backspace. Backspace works. Those are just characters now. And delete works.
Wait, what about? Nope, subtraction thing does not work.
Oh, well, we need to figure that out. Hold on.
I think we have subtract wrong. I think it does need to be hyphen or dash or something like that.
We can set a breakpoint like right here. And hit the dash.
Dash.
What is it? It's OEM minus. So we
Okay.
need to change this. Go ahead and change that to OEM minus. Actually, don't change it. Hit Shift Enter on that line 195 to duplicate the line.
Okay.
And now make this one OEM minus. There it is. What this means is either the subtract key or OEM minus will work here.
Oh, right, because they were thinking of the subtract key over here.
Wait, hold on, whoops. There's also a variation of this. There's numpad 0. See that?
Yeah, what about all of the numpads for those? Yeah,
Yeah, but look at how awesome duplicate line is. Look what it's doing. It's figuring each one out,
that's
right?
good.
Following the pattern.
That's great.
So now we can use the numpad as well. All right, so I want you to test this out once I finish these, that one, and one more down here. There it is. Okay, now run it, hit continue. See if the minus works now.
Continue did not work.
I think it might have been our
Okay.
keys interfering with each other.
Oops. Is it okay if I get rid of this breakpoint?
What'd you say?
Is it okay if I get rid of this
Yep, you
breakpoint?
bet. Should run. So you get that minus in now.
Minus. Yep, that
And now
works.
try the numeric buttons too. Make sure your numlock key is...
Uh-oh. Wait, my numlock key is on. Or on or something.
And
They
that's
all
working.
appear to be working.
Right? Good. All right, that's not bad.
Definitely not bad.
Okay, try creating an equation that has like two fractions with units meters squared on both.
We don't have support for units, do we?
Yeah, we're kind of working our way in there. Okay, stop. Right there, you hit the space. What do you want to have happen when you hit the space?
Probably, yeah, skip superscript mode.
Okay, so let's go add that right now. What I want to do is I want to look for small things that don't feel right and fix them. I want to make this as good as the software that you get like with an iPhone or something like that. Does that make sense, Campbell?
Yeah.
I want to make it really good.
There's one thing that we do not support, and that is if we want to have a superscript on a superscript, like a squared exponent.
That's okay. I'm okay not supporting that.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I want to do on this. I want to check to see if it's we're going to look for a space. If it's a space, and now what I'm going to do is this. See that handle is true?
Yeah.
I'm going to actually set it to false when we hit the space. And what is the difference between this and maybe this, where, aside from entering or exiting superscript mode, I want to actually call this.
Yeah, I was very confused.
Okay? So now, what's the difference between this and this? Why in my space did I set handle to false?
So that the space will still go through, right?
Right, so I still see the space. So let's go ahead and hit run on that.
Oh, and if we set e.handled to true, it's basically saying don't pay attention to this key, just
Ignore
let
the
it
key.
go through because
Right.
we've already used it.
Exactly, but when I set it to false, I'm saying, no, I want
It's
you to
like-
get the key.
It's like an override.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, it's totally an override. It's asked, if we say handle, it's going to ignore it. All right, so let's try it now. So try x to the, 4 squared or x squared, x to the cube, now do a space. Good.
And we might also make it for, like, if we put in an addition symbol.
Yes.
That's it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do that and test it right now. Can you do that?
Oh, wait, we don't. It looks like.
So make that work next.
Okay.
And right here, just to, instead of copying that, don't do that. Hit undo on that. Instead of copying that, just go to line 155. Select that expression. Just the expression inside the parens. You can use selection increase once your caret's inside there to get it quickly. And duplicate this, right? And so now we're basically going to say, hey, look, if it's the space key or try typing in the word plus. Oh yeah, maybe add. Hit it
Or
again.
also the numpad one.
Yeah, hit it again. Shift enter again right now. Should get it. See how it's figuring your pattern out? And change this to, see, try typing the word plus. I bet there's a plus in here. OEM plus.
OEM
there it
plus.
is. Right there. Bing. All right. So now it's plus. Well, might as well do multiplication or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was
See if
thinking.
there's an asterisk. There might be an asterisk. AS.
Oh, just AS.
TE. No? What about multiply? Try multiply. I bet it's there. Multiply. Okay. And then go ahead and, yeah, there you go. And now this one is going to be, for me, there's got to be an OEM. Oh, no, wait. No, you know what it is? It's Shift 8 for me. So it's going to be D8 plus the Shift key's got to be down. Okay. Now for this right here, let me help you with this a second. I'm going to come over and I'm going to just, so we can read it easily, I'm going to take this on its own line like this. And right here, I want you to type in the word and, because we're going to do an and. We need to say it's a D8 and. Wait, you didn't type in the word and, did you?
No, I didn't. I find it easier to just do that.
Really?
It's the same number of keys, and
It is.
they're
From a complexity standpoint, I disagree, but that's all right. Also, from a
they're closer
targeting
together.
standpoint, it's farther away from where your fingers are. What'd you say?
never mind.
I'll teach you all about this in the science of the UI. All right, and now I want you to type in
That's not where my fingers are.
SKD for shift key down.
SKD.
Good. And then I want you to do shift home. So shift home, and then paren key, one of the paren keys. Hit one of the two paren keys. There you go. And it just puts it around it. Okay? All right, now we've got multiply, and then the only last one is, I think, divide. So you want to go down to the end, and because we still don't,
Yeah,
tell me what you're thinking.
nothing, sorry, I just my.
So just from an organizational standpoint here, let's hold on. Let's kind of break these down. I'm just going to add some enter key pieces in here, like this, so you kind of see what's going on. We can now, we've got to multiply. We need to, like, some sort of divide. There's a divide right there.
I would think it would be a / or something.
Yeah, well, these have got to be, it can't be you think it would be called /.
Yeah.
Yeah. There may be a variation on divide. Oh yeah, I think there is. I bet it's OEM divide. Nope. Slash, semicolon, do I have a slash key in here? Nope. I don't know what the other one is. We'll have to look for it if we don't catch it. So now if we hit any of those operators, then we're going to let the operator go through. What's my problem here?
It's expecting a semicolon even though we already have the...
If this, oh wait, here's the problem. I had an extra closing paren there. There we go. Okay. All right, let's try that out. See how it works for you. You gonna test it?
Yeah, sorry. I just got an idea.
What is your idea?
For like e.dot key down or anything like that, if you put like key dot and then you can just enter like a number or a subtraction symbol and it would put in whatever key you just put down, what the syntax for that is.
Yeah, what it is? Yeah,
Yeah.
we could write that totally.
Okay,
cool.
so / exits, boom, multiplication, exits, boom. Nope. This / right next to the shift key does not exit.
Well, let's figure out what that key is. Hit a breakpoint, hit the key. What is it? It's OEM 2.
What?
Great. Great, good job, guys. OEM 2. Oh my God. All right. Edits were made. What's wrong with OEM 2? Problem. Oh, wow. Didn't see that.
Semicolon.
All right, try it now.
Looks like it did.
Now notice here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So I'm gonna hit enter for a second, but look at this. Let me hit it. Let me hit space. Let me backspace. Oh no! Look out! Right up there, Campbell.
I can't.
Let that guy in. It's Pudding. Hey, Coding Garden fan. I didn't see you out there. And Pudding's here too, kids. We're working in XAML. We're creating an editor. Let's switch back over to Campbell's machine so you can see it there. We're creating an editor so we can enter superscript numbers. It's part of our super number calculator that we're creating. Campbell, you look totally frozen. I think you might be frozen for a second. Oh, there we go. You just moved, but you looked like it was a great freeze position for you because you were totally like in thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you saying? If we hit space here and then...
Oh, yeah. So this idea is, I'm thinking is this. Look, we're talking about really giving this a lot of polish, right? Well, if I get, I'm not in superscript mode, but if I come in here and I hit the 3, it's going to come down here. But I kind of expect it to do one up here.
So if
Right.
it's sandwiched between two superscripted, or if it's just after a superscript?
I kind of feel, well, I guess what I'm suggesting is this. Let's say I move the caret here. Should we switch to superscript mode?
No.
If I move it here, should we switch to superscript mode?
Yes.
If I move it here, should we switch to superscript mode?
No.
Oh, okay, interesting. What if I only have this? If I move it here, should I switch to superscript mode?
No, I
If
don't
I
think
move
so.
it here, should I switch to superscript
No.
mode? Really? Okay, so you're saying no on either of those, but if it's sandwiched, I can.
That's
'Cause
what I think. What do you think?
Well, let's look at this. So let's say you're going to say it's like 7 or 2 meters, and you want to say cube. So you do that, and then you hit the space, and you're out of it, and you say, "Oops, that's wrong," and so you backspace, and you backspace one more time.
Maybe if you backspace the superscripted?
Maybe. Well, or what if you do this? You say, okay, let's go ahead. I want to make it cubed, and I do this by mistake, and I'm like, oops, and I go left, and maybe I wanted to not be 2, but to 23, and I want to do in other words, should it be here, or should I force it explicitly enter the mode right now, like we do? That's kind of what I'm
Okay,
thinking.
I have an alternate scenario for
Yeah,
you.
go ahead. Tell me.
What if you have this and you wanted it to be 2 meters squared, and then you want to add a space here for whatever reason, or a subtraction symbol,
Sure, all those. Are good.
anything,
Yeah.
or even this over. I know you wouldn't probably ever do this, but meters squared over seconds.
Mm-hmm. You actually would do that.
Yeah, so
Or you might do something like meters per second squared is what you would do. Like that.
Yeah, so you wouldn't do meters squared over seconds, but maybe you would in some case scenario do it like this. Make the syntax like that for some reason.
Okay, I got the scenario. Is that it, or is there something else you were going to say?
Well, that's a scenario.
I think you were going to say, what if you were going to do that? Were you going to?
But yeah, I realized that in that case scenario, the divide would exit superscript mode. But still, that feels.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I guess my thoughts are, look, if I'm here, is there a place should we, and we can totally say, you can say yes or no, I'm going to let you be the project manager on this. Should caret position change mode automatically if we're near one of these numbers? That's the question.
I think if we're sandwiched, or maybe if we backspace one,
You're thinking maybe if we backspace.
if we delete one of them. then-
Okay, so you're thinking no maybe for sandwich. I don't like sandwich because it means that it works only some of the time. It's not a consistent rule as a user. In other words, as a user, I might not realize I have to be sandwiched right there for it to work.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Here, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So if I have
And
meters
then-
to the 4th divided by seconds to the 23rd, and we exit the mode like this, Pudding says, wait, who's getting a sandwich? Nobody's getting a sandwich yet.
Everybody's getting a sandwich.
Everybody, sandwiches for everybody. Everybody gets a sandwich, right? So what would happen is it would not be in the mode now. It would then go to the mode here, and there'd be no way I'd get to the mode by moving here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking for consistency. Sandwiches for everyone. So one
Okay,
way that
Sorry, another case scenario is, what if you have this squared, and then you want to say, oh wait, no, I wanted 23 squared. You go here, and then you're automatically in superscript. So I don't think we should do maybe sandwich or any of those.
Oh, interesting. So it shouldn't be the positioning maybe that gets it. What if it was this? Now here's a really interesting idea. What if it's what I move across changes the mode, right? So in other words, if I'm here and I move left, I'm still in regular mode, right? So the numbers come down here. But if I'm here and I move to the right, now I've moved across the 3. Does that make sense? And so now I should just automatically still be in that mode.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, I feel like we're not yet at a point where we can say definitely let's do this one way or the other. So I say we walk away from it. How's that feel to you? Okay, we'll get to a point where we are in agreement about how we're going to do it and whether it's valuable or useful. For now, if you want to exit the mode or enter it, you've got to explicitly enter it or exit it. Okay, what'd you say? What were you saying?
Nothing. I was about to say what you just said.
Okay.
You have to explicitly enter it or exit it, not quite in those words, but yeah.
Sandwiches for everyone. Will you enter 2 meters squared for me? And then plus 3 meters squared.
We want it to have units here.
What'd you say?
We want it to have units here.
All right, so let's focus on that. You want to do that?
Sure.
All right, where do we go?
We need to go to
Let's start with this.
wherever we put the answers in.
Well, we've got 3 projects in our solution. Which of the 3 projects is going to have
Probably
the place that we need to work?
SuperCalc Core.
What do you say?
Probably SuperCalc Core.
Okay, I would agree with that. Inside of SuperCalc Core, what class is going to be the one that's going to have code that's going to deal with creating our super numbers that have our powers and all of that?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you want to take a guess?
Not really.
Okay.
Guess it
What'd you say?
because if I do guess and it's wrong,
Well, you know the
Then-
consequences. I hit the button under my desk and there's electrical shocks. Right?
yeah, but I'm guessing I don't like because it's not a definite thing, which a lot of things.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about units and variables. Do you remember us working on that last show about a week ago? Do you remember where we put the units and variables?
I don't.
Tell me
Oh,
about.
probably in find units and variables, or
Well, let's go look at that. Go open up the regex folder. Let's
find
start there.
number units, I think.
No, it's a great idea. Let's go in there. Find number unit. Yeah, there you go. Let's go look at find number unit. Look at that code. What does that code look like to you?
Finds the units.
Okay. What did you write this code?
We generated it.
You generated it. Okay, cool.
We
So,
wrote something to write this code.
so the challenge is, so what does this do? On line 13 it says what it does. What does this do?
It creates it sets find number unit equal to whatever you put in as the number.
And look at lines 9 and 10. What's going on there?
We create a getter and a setter for number and units.
Yeah.
The getter so that we can find what it is, and the setter so that we can change what it is.
Do you remember working with this at all last time?
I think we did like something with it.
Okay.
I think we did these pieces down here a little bit. We changed them, but no, because we generated it.
Okay, go on to line 10, which has the units. Put the caret in the word units, and let's tap the next reference. See if we work with it anyway.
Here,
What's this? Where are we?
it's a test case.
Yeah, it's called fraction test. You can see that right up there in the top, right?
Yeah.
There you go, right there. Okay,
testing.
cool. Do those, if you just run those, by the way, let's run those and see what
I
happens.
forget. I don't think they worked, all of them.
I don't think all of them work. This one works. This one's only working with find number unit, though. It's not working with super numbers yet.
That's
Right?
true.
Okay, let's keep going to that units and tap to next reference through it. See where else it shows up.
Tab.
Where are we now?
We're in super number.
Super number.
So
Interesting.
we are working with it here,
Okay, so
with
let's
super number and units.
look at this code right here. Let's look at this code that we're in. This is the code that I remember from last time. Okay, so unit power is here. Right, we're finding the units. Add unit power. Is it called? Now notice we're not doing anything here.
Yeah.
Right? But it's occurring to me that we could very quickly do something like this and add a call like superscript to normal. Would you like that as a method name?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to put it down in utility methods. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to type in utility methods here. Dot that. We're going to go declare that. I want to grab this. And whoops, it's taking in a double, and there's something wrong with this. I wanted it to take a string in. Superscript to normal. Oh, I know what. I want to change this. Superscript power is the string. If you tap the next reference on it, there you can see there's the string.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, superscript power. So back over to superscript to normal. That's going to take in a string instead. Then what I want to do is I want to get a result. And I'm going to currently set it equal to 0. So we'll start with 0. And I want to go through this string. So I'm going to do I think I'll just do a for each on it. So you can look for each character. And then I'm going to say, hey, if item equals like that, well, what should we do if it's that character?
Sorry, can you say that entire thing again? I did not quite make sense.
No worries. So I'm taking the string coming in here. The string could be any combination of these numbers. That's what we're expecting it to be. I've got a result, and I'm going to return the result. I set the result to 0. I created a local boolean called isNegative, and I've set it to false. But my question is, if I see that...
We want to set it to true.
Okay, so let's set that to true. Let's do an else. Whoops, sorry. An else.
Because if that's there, it means that it is negative.
And if the item is, yeah. Now, if it's a 0, I want to change the result. What am I going to do here? Result is equal to what? So think about this. Maybe let's skip this for a second and let's go on to 1. Okay? So if it's a 1,
0.
what do I want to do to result?
If it's a 1, the result is 1. And up in result is just equal to 0 here.
What if power was equal...
Oh, wait. Here is 0.
Okay, so what if power is equal to 2, 3, 4?
Would you ever put something to the power of a fraction?
Nope, not here. We're not going to do that. Not in this state. We might support it in the future, but not right now.
No.
Okay? So what if power was 2, 3, 4? Or maybe let's make it simple. What if power is just 12? Or maybe even simpler, let's say what if power was 10 coming in as a string? Okay? So power is 10. We're going to go through each char item in power. That means the first iteration we're going to deal with a 1. And the second iteration is going to be a 0 coming in. So the first time we get through, we don't see that. We check to see that, oh, we set result is equal to 0. Oh no, we don't see that when we see the 1 first, right? So we say result is equal to 1. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then we go through again.
The loop, and then we see the 0, and now we say result is equal to 0, and we return 0, but we want to return 10.
Oh.
Does that make sense what I'm saying? We want to return
Result
10.
is equal to result plus 0. Plus result plus equals 0.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
or plus equals 0.
I don't think we can do that. Not sure
right,
we want to do that
because-
right there.
Or no, not result plus equals 0, but result plus equals 0.
Okay.
But here's the thing about that. You would need to escape 0. Would you not? Well, yeah, because result is a number. It's a int or a...
So let's look at that. Let's follow the code through. So we go through. First time we go through, we see the 1. We get here, result is equal to result plus 1. So now we're saying, okay, it's equal to 1. Then the second time we get through, we see the 0, and we say it's result plus equals 0. We're still at a 1.
Yes,
That
that's
means
why
we
we have to
return-
escape the 0 or make it a string. Oh no, because you can't add a string to a...
Well, let me ask you this. If the power's coming in as a 10,
We would
right?
have to multiply by 10 if we were to add a 0, but it wouldn't be the same because what if we were to add a 2?
Hold on. Result is equal to result times 10 plus 0.
Yep.
And this one was going to be plus 1. Okay, so let's follow that through and see if that works. Okay, first time through we get to, the first time through, remember result starts at being 0. First time through, we skip that, don't see that, don't see that, we see the 1.
0 times 10 is 0, plus 1 is 1.
So it's going to equal 1 the first time through. We come back up, we next see the 0, right? So we come down, come down, come down, multiply result times 10, add 0 to it, we now are at a 10. And then we have now, that's the last item, because there's only 2 items. And then we get out. What if the number is 102? Will it work?
Yeah,
You
it should.
just know it will, or do you want to try it?
Yeah, it will work.
Okay. All right. So that feels better. All right. So now let's duplicate this. We're going to change that to the 2. Double marker here. Come down over here. Grab that 2. Pop it in there. Just going to keep that a 1. Duplicate that. Grab 3. Oops, I was wrong. I changed that, but that's the right way to do it, right like that. 3 to 3, and 4 to 4, 5 to 5, 6 to 6, whoops. Looks like I missed my 5 too. Duplicate that, and now go to my 7, duplicate that, go to my 8, duplicate that, and I think I've got my 9 is the last one. All right,
Yeah.
and then I can return it. I could also change all of these simply just, oh no wait, I can't do that. I was going to say to return, but that's not true, I can't. All right, we don't need that throw down there. And now, the only thing
because
is,
if we were to return, we would get out of the for each and we wouldn't be able to do multiple powers.
yeah, the only thing is we're not using his negative. What do we do with his negative?
We need, if it is negative, then return result times -1.
Okay. So where do we? This is where we need to do it.
Yes,
is
if
right
it's
here.
negative.
At the end of the. So we're going to say result. You can just put a negative in front of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And then we don't need an else return result because if we return, we just get out of the method.
Yeah. You could put an else there if you want to.
Yeah.
All right. That superscript to normal now feels like that's going to work. But let's look at the units because we still haven't done anything necessarily with the units. Right? We're not actually adding them up. In fact, we run the test cases. Can you run the test cases for us? If you go into the best way to do it, let's do this because this is just in one. The best way is to get the coder's test runner out. So you can get that in the coder's menu.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, there it is.
We
Cool.
already have it up.
Yeah, just hit that button.
Right
We've
on.
got a number of these that are failing.
Oh, yeah. Wait, let's open this up.
So those are all passing, but
Passing.
look at the ones with the red X on them.
Yeah. So it's these. Just the only one in here where
And let's just find a test case that's failing and work on it.
we have text mixed in with decimal.
What's this? Yeah, that one's gonna fail
We
for
might-
a while. I don't want to fix this yet.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say we might not do this.
All right, R equal. What is up with this?
Because it wants.
Oh, times 2 meters. No, that's right. That's totally right. 3 meters to the fourth.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's failing. Okay, that's one.
So we want to work on power, multiplication, and division.
That's one of them. I want to just do a simple. I want to find a simple one. This
bird
one
plus
is
2 snakes.
kind of simple.
It's still the same, yeah.
What'd you say?
So if the 2 units are different, we want to just keep it as it is.
Right,
If
you
any
can't.
of the units are just different. Oh, but we also want to make it so that if you have the powers are different, or
Yeah. What is the error here? So this is just 1 bird plus 2 snakes, and it's doing a 2 num on it. What is the answer? I think the answer is probably 3, isn't it?
yeah, 3 bird snakes. No,
I'm
just
hovering over it, and it's not telling me what the error is on it.
3 flying snakes.
Does it say it down here? Yeah, there it is, right at the bottom, right there. Expected 1 bird plus 2 snakes, but it was only 3. Okay, so we need addition to work on here, is what we needed to do. And we need,
But that's only with addition. We want to make it so that it can't add like things. But if it's multiplication or division, we want to be able to have something with units and multiply it by
right?
5 or 7, and just get that number, however many units it is, times whatever number.
Yeah. Let's go back and look at super number. Restoring these units, we've got add unit power. What's going on in add unit power? I think we wrote this at the end of the show last time. We try to find the unit. If we can find it, we change its power.
And we set the power, we cast it as a decimal so that we can just add them.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, I'm okay with that. Found unit. Otherwise, we say unit powers.add. We create a new unit power. We set the name equal to whatever the unit is. And the power equal to the power. Okay. Let's go look at.
I don't think we're doing anything with that information.
I don't think we're there either. I'm going to start simple. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to get this one passing first. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
All right, let's run it and watch it fail. Yeah, expected 1 bird, but it was 1. All right,
We just
cool.
want to be able to have units.
Yeah, so 2 num converts it to a super number, right? But because I'm comparing these two together, it's going to say, well, let's promote you to a string, I'm pretty sure. If it promotes it to a string, we go into super number, we should have the implicit conversion to a string. Let's go search for the word implicit. Looks like it's not there. Oh, there it is right there. So here's our implicit conversion to a string. It grabs display string. Okay? Display string is our kind of default answer right here. Okay? Get fractional display string, or we call value.toString. Value is the decimal. Both of these, well, this one fails to consider the units. So we say get units, display string.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to add units to it, and then get fractional display string, and we're going to I'm going to extract this into its own method. Get called a mixed fraction. going to call it that, and then I'm going to add on that get units display string piece to the end of it, like that. Okay. Then let me take that comment and move it down in here. Do I need that actually? I'm going to just get it. Okay. Then we want to get unit display string. So let's figure this out. I think we've got something in here called units, unit powers. Okay. I'm going to do a for each on that. So these are all the unit powers we have. Each unit power has got two properties. It's got a name and a power. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to create a result up here. I'm going to initialize it to empty string, and at the end I'm going to return it. And I want you to kind of play in this space and try to figure this out. You can ask me any question you want, but you want to work with result. You basically want a plus equals on result, and you want to combine in the powers in some way is what you want to do, I think.
Okay. So if there is a unit, we add the unit power, which is here.
Yeah, that's what we are iterating through.
Okay.
You go back to where you were. I'm not sure if you dropped a marker there or not. You've been doing tap to mix reference on it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we need this result string coming back here. You know what we could do if you wanted a little more data? Set a breakpoint here.
But I don't know that.
Set a breakpoint there.
And then run a test.
Debug. Choose debug test. Okay, so we're on this call, it looks like. Wait, what does it say? Assert equal fail. Oh, did we not set the, we didn't set the breakpoint there? Oh, interesting. So the code we didn't even get to that code. Maybe we do one more thing. Display start like that. Let's try that. You got a new question for me? Go ahead. Let's try it. Debug it one more time. See if that works. If I want to make a mobile app in C#, is that even possible? I'm not a mobile app question guy, but I think the answer is absolutely. You just need the right framework. I think Xamarin can do that for you, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go double check that.
Okay.
Yeah, Xamarin. Xamarin is the answer. So the next new question is, how do I download it? I'm just looking at a whole bunch of ads here for this. Here we go. There's the official one. Let me give you a link for it. Xamarin. This is where I would head if I had to answer that question. Just put it in the chat room. If I found it was about tutorials but not getting it. Oh, I think it's now included. I could be wrong. I think it's included with Visual Studio. Pretty sure if you go bring up a Visual Studio installer, you'll have Xamarin as an option. Yeah, it's built into Visual Studio. So let me switch over to my machine real quickly so you can see what I'm looking at. Right there. Okay, select mobile development with the .NET workload from the installation screen. No worries, buddy. Hey, I'm happy to help out. I'm never able to do that. Where are we, Campbell? Did we get to a breakpoint?
Where we were.
Looking for that test we run?
No, I'm looking for where we were before that.
I think we were in super number. Yeah, right there. See that? That's the breakpoint. No, we want that breakpoint.
Why?
So that you can see the data coming in so you can write the code. That's the breakpoint I want you to see. I want you to see what's in unit powers. When we execute that one test, we want to debug that one test we were in. Which is not that one.
Oops, no. It's, right now.
Yeah, it's, wait, hold on. You were right there. You test like units.
Here?
No. Yeah. You're in line, this one, line 50. See, line 53 is the test I had. Is one bird equal to one bird? Debug, debug, debug. Display string, it doesn't look like our breakpoint's getting hit. So let's figure out why. Hold on. Let's go back to where we were. So display string get units. We're going to do this, or this is called get fractional display string. That one also calls get units display string. So get units display string should be called. What this seems to imply, wait, what's going on here? That's weird. Set breakpoint here. Let's try running it, debugging it one more time. Okay, let's take this as its own test case. We call it test simple like units. Is one bird equal to a bird? That's what I'm looking for. Debug test. Got my breakpoint right here. Okay, F10. Now, if I hit F10, it does get inside. Okay, what's going on in unit powers? Anything there? It's got nothing. Unit powers is empty. Unit powers is empty.
Because there are no powers.
But it's got both units and powers.
But it doesn't.
It does.
It only has units.
But any unit without an explicit power is actually a power of what?
To the one.
To the one. So we've got a problem. We're not collecting the units. So this line of code is not being executed. Which means what? Is this one not being executed? Which means we need breakpoints around here. See if we get in here. Let's see where we are. Let's go back to the code. I'm not sure where we are. I'm just going to stop it. I'm going to restart it again. Do that. Debug test. Good. Okay. So here's where we're using our find unit power. A unit string is bird. So let's see what happens. Hit F10. Does it get anything? It does. It's not null. Okay, go. Hit F10 again. Okay, that's null. All right, cool. Let's come down here. And we should get to this else. And we're adding bird with a power of what? Oh, 0.
What?
The power of 0 is wrong.
Very, very wrong.
I'm going to change it to a 1. You can do this while you're debugging. You can change values.
Yeah, but that won't work in our actual code.
That's right. Now what I want to do is step into it. Hit F11 to step into it. Okay, so we've got this. Let's keep going. F10. Okay, we didn't find it. Good. Keep going down. Unit powers. Keep going. Unit power is now at 0. Hit F10. Wait. Power switched to a 1?
Yeah, we changed it to a 1.
Oh, right, of course, because I typed it in. Well, now we got unit power is equal to something. Concatenate mixed reference. See what's going on. We're not clearing it anywhere. All right, hit F10. F10, keep going. Step through it. So we've added the unit power to it. And keep going. Keep going. Should be it. What's my number string? It's 1, good. We had 1 bird. Okay, keep going. Decimal value is 1. Okay, and return. Okay, go ahead. Keep returning. Good. And so we've got the new super number coming from 1 bird. Keep going. F10 return. Okay. The display string is just messing it up. Wait. Let's go into 2num. I think I know what's happening. Wait, did we come from here or not? I think this is where we want our breakpoint. Right here. Yeah, because we're down to 0 again. See how it's gone to 0? But the reason why is I think we're in a different super number. That's what I think we are. 1 bird, are you there? This is 2 turtle. 1 bird, 1 bird. Let's try again, one more time. I think the problem is in 2num, and I think what's happening is we're creating a new clone, essentially. We're cloning it, but we're not copying over the units to the new clone. We both got tests. I think the problem is in 2num. I think. Is it? Wait, let's look at display string real quickly. Simplify. Creates a clone. I think it's in this space right here, maybe. Let's hit continue. It's either in 2num. Let's step through this. See what we got. Left, right. I'm just going to do that. Going the breakpoint inside of there. And we're going to add the unit to it. This will fractionator create initialize decimal inside of there. Now at this point, if we look at, go into the watch window, so debug Windows watch. If we go in here and we say, what's this? There you can see it. You can see all the properties of it. Unit power is equal to something. See, there it is, bird, power of 0. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the data is good now at this point. This is our watch window, by the way. It's really useful sometimes. So at this point, our data is good. What's interesting, though, is that the expression this is missing the word bird, right? But let's keep going now. There it returns it. And now what are we in? We're going to go to display string, I think. Display string. So if it's true, here we go. We say we're a fraction, we're going to simplify. What's going on in simplify? Simplify calls clone. See it? Guess what clone does? Clone returns a new super number, but it doesn't set the units. It doesn't copy those across. Does that make sense? So clone, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to introduce a local for this. And we're going to call it clone right here. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to declare it up here. And then down here I'm going to have an else statement that says clone. It's on the clipboard. Not quite. This clone is equal to new super number. And then I'm going to say clone dot copy units from passing in this. And then I'm going to say return the clone. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Copy units from. Well, and we're going to call this the source. Right here. So we're going to say source dot unit powers. I'm going to do a for each on, get that right, source dot unit powers. List of unit power. Like that. And then we're going to say, and here we're going to say our unit powers dot add a new unit power like that. And I think I want to pass in this. I want to create a new constructor for it. So what that does is this is generate constructor, just like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to just simply say name. It's going to create a new one, but we need to set the properties across. So we're going to say name is equal to unit power dot name. And power is equal to unit power dot power. All right, so that would create a new clone version of it based on the existing one, and we'll add it to this right here. I have a feeling this is going to work better. Let's set a breakpoint there. And let it run. What does it say? Object reference not set. Looks like maybe I skipped over this line. Let's come back up over here. Can't do that. Is that right? All right, let's restart. So breakpoint there. Start the test. That's the test. Debug it. All right, once you have 10. Two none. Good, and you have 10 for this. This one we can get out of. This one's going to jump to the very end, I think. Just like it did before. Okay, new super number. Good.
We have one bird.
This one's all fine too. You can clear this breakpoint if you want.
The power's 0.
Yeah, that one you still have to fix.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? We've done all of this code, and it's still less than or equal to 1 millisecond has passed. Which I'm assuming it's less than 1 millisecond. Still, after this time.
That's for each statement I think you execute is what I think is happening in terms of when you execute that statement. Yeah.
Oh, now it's 1 millisecond or a little bit more. It's less than 2. Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really paying too much attention to that right there. All right, so we're now going to say returning that. Okay. So now when you have 10, you should stop at our breakpoint inside display string.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Hold on. I just noticed something. All right, no, there's a problem in the other code, I think. But go ahead, do this.
What is it?
What's the problem? You have to go
Yeah.
back. Hold on. Let's drop a marker. Oh no, I was wrong. I thought I misread this and I thought we were just returning that call. We're good. So anyway, go to F10. All right, copy units from. All right. So we're going to add that the unit powers, copy them across. Good. There's the clone. Clone now brings the units over. Notice that, by the way, all of our display strings, it's because of our two-string override inside of super number. It's not showing units yet. But if we fix that, when we debug, we'll see the units. All right. And there's our return of the clone. Okay.
Whoops.
Get units display string. Now, hold on. This is where we are. This is the challenge, right? Where we started with. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and F10 one more time. All right. Now look what's inside unit power.
Power 0.
Let's change this to a 1 and just assume that it was the correct data. How are we going to change result string? Now that's what I need you to figure that out. How do we change result string? We're iterating through all the unit powers. There's only 1 right now, but there might be 2 or 3 or 4.
We want to. I'm not sure. Do we want to just display it as that?
We're getting, all what this function does is it returns a string.
So yeah, we want to just display. We just want to display the powers.
We want to. It's not. It says it's a unit display string, meaning it could be used to show people. But this code is only going to return a string. There's no displaying actually happening inside this code.
Yes, but
yes.
we want in the string to have the powers.
I want the string to show the units and the powers of the unit. Can I give you an example of data just so you know? So what I'm looking for is I'm expecting a result that's going to be something like this. It's going to be, bird to, the 1 power or something along those lines. As an example, I might be expecting that, or we might use our other advanced format with the superscripts, right? Or we might do an even more advanced thing that says, hey, if it's to the 1, we're just going to make it bird. Okay. Another example would be let's change this up a second here. Let's change this to M and make this one like a 3. And what I'm telling you is I want out of here to I want this to give me a string that looks like this. You with me?
Not at all, but I think I can.
Not at all. So let's get you with me first. Let's get you with me first.
Okay.
I need a string that tells me what the units are. Hold on. Somewhere over here, we had our code that was. I just want to copy those. I'm going to copy these guys right here. Here they are. These are my friends. All right. Yeah, so what I really want is for it to return that string for me. I want the unit as a string. So it's m to the 3rd power, which is what we got here in unit powers, right? I want to see that. I want you to give me a string. Right now, this result is 0. But as you process all of these, I want you to change result so it's becomes equal to this. And for now, you can just have the number 3 there if you want. You don't have to do the conversion.
Why not?
Because the conversion might be a lot of code for you to write, and I don't want to give that to you right now. Unless we've got a utility method out there. We really need a utility method that just kind of converts, you know, a number to superscript. Well, let's just look at something in a second. Do you mind if I want to see, do we have, what's in utility methods? Got superscript to normal. We want the opposite of this.
Yeah, we want normal to superscript.
Normal to superscript of
3 or whatever. Sorry. Unit power dot power.
I would agree with that. Now,
That.
we have a for each loop, which there could be many powers listed, right? What's this line? Tell me about this line of code. Tell me specifically about what happens here as I go through the second time.
We're setting. Oh, I see.
But he's like, those poor letters. How dare you call them normal? All right. So let's.
I think.
Tell me what.
I think I do know what we need to change.
Go ahead.
And we need to make it so that, yes, we take unit power dot name, and then we go into superscript mode, and we have what we got from the last time, so what the previous power was, and also this, whatever we get this time.
I'm suggesting there's a plus equals here. That's kind of what I was getting to. And that if we just do this, it's always going to have the last power.
That's true.
But if I do plus equals, I'll add all the powers up into a single string. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I do that, I might want to put a space here, or I might want to figure that out. I might want to figure out, how am I going to do my spacing on here?
Okay.
I'm most worried right now about normal to superscript. So what I want to do is I'm just going to copy this. Let's go write normal to superscript.
Okay. And then I think once we do that, that would be a good time to add it. A good spot to end
I
it.
think you're right. Normal to superscript is going to return a string. We've got those. And I think what we need to do here is we need to say, hey, no, I think we do this. I think we're going to take it to a string, like this. And then we're going to do a for each on the string, like that. That's a char right there. And call that char for each character in string. We're then going to say, and we're going to need a result. So we'll need like a result instance right up there. We're going to initialize that to an empty string. We're going to return it down at the end. And then I want to come in here and I would say, hey, if char equals, then I'm going to say result plus equals that. Okay?
Yeah.
If char is equal to 0, and result plus equals 0. Can you think of any known number types that this approach is not going to work with?
Huh? What did you say?
Can you think of any number types that this won't work with?
Decimals, fractions.
Right, if I have a decimal or fraction, those are symbols that are not in this group right here. Put that on the clipboard, just like I did. All right. 2, oh wow, look at that. Look what it's doing. Oh, it got the 2 and the 3, but not the 4.
Oh.
It's because it found the other, it knew about the other.
Okay. That's impressive.
Yeah, it found them from before. 4, duplicate,
Ah.
swap. 5, duplicate. 6. Whoops, forgot the 6 here. Here we go. 7, 8. And finally 9. Oh, look, it got the 8 to 9. I'll take that. All right, so yeah, we're just going to 2 string on it. We go through each one, replace the characters back out. Normal to superscript. Script. And yeah, we should add some test cases for this too.
Totally.
All right, so normal to superscript. Let's see what's happening. We're here. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Hit F10 and see what happens. There you go. And then hit F10 again with the plus equals there, right? Keep going. And so there's only 1, and so your end result
It just
is
goes.
MQ. All right, next, let's clear this. Go ahead and run it. Just hit F5 to run. I think we're still going to fail because now it's going to say, sorry, I got 1m to the 3rd. But now that we're not manipulating it, right, let's do this. 1m
Cubed.
Let's do this. 1m squared. And let's do 1m squared. And let's see if this one goes. That one works. Okay, set a breakpoint. We'll set a breakpoint. Stop, and then restart it. I think this one's going to work, and I think this one's going to fail. I think this one is going to say it's really equal to 1 bird to the 1 power. We might need to, we might consider adding code in there so that we just omit the number 1. All right, go ahead. Hit F10.
F10.
Is that going to work?
F10.
You can write, go ahead, you can step through it. You can clear this breakpoint. We don't need a breakpoint here anymore.
Oops, I accidentally hit F11. Is there a way to undo that?
No, that's fine. That just means you're drilling in. You're good. F10.
Yeah, I know, but should I not have done that?
No, that's good. Go ahead. Yeah, you're totally fine. There's the clone. The clone's now copying over the units. You can clear this breakpoint. We know this one works. Why don't you have our unit power right now and see what's inside it? What are you expecting it to be?
Nothing right now. Or, no. Huh.
It's m
Oh,
squared.
because we just went through this as well.
Now we're just cloning it. So we've already read it. We've parsed it in from the string. We've now cloned it. We've called copy units from this. Good.
I think the tells you on my machine or no?
1 minute.
Uh-oh.
Instead of 10, you should be able to find out where you are. We'll just keep going. There you go. Okay, so we got the simplify. We're making the fraction proper. We're returning that clone.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're in here, get fraction display string. Oh, interesting. We just hit F10 on that. Okay, let's see what the answer is. You passed. The fact that you're not stopped there means you're good. You just have 5 to run. I think we're going to fail on this one. Clear this breakpoint if you want.
5.
Yeah. See, it finds one bird.
To the zero it.
What?
It finds one bird to zero it.
Yeah,
Which
so,
is not what we want at all.
well, right. The reason why is because of, is it unit power? No, hold on a second. Find unit. If find, so the problem is, wait, no, it's not find unit, sorry, hold on. Keep going here. The problem is here. Find unit power when we pass in one bird. Calls create on unit string. Let's go look at this. This is the regular expression parser, right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't find any matches, our get value call, let's go look at get value. Our get value call returns default of t. Okay? So default of t is 0. What we need to know is, does it find these or not? And if it doesn't find it, if there's no matches for power, then we need to return a 1 here instead of a 0.
Okay.
Because there's no powers that are in it, it's just this one bird.
And so it's
So
just one
we
bird
need-
to the first.
What'd you say?
It's just one bird to the first power.
Yeah, what we need to do is we kind of almost need a breakpoint here. And let's see if we can get a breakpoint right there and see if we can figure out how to write that really quickly. Here's the test. Variables. It is this guy. I'm going to move this to the top so we just hit that fast. And let's debug it. Here we go. Look at matches. Count. It only has 1. And it's just a bird. Its value is bird. And let's go look at this. I'm not familiar with this at all, so I'm just going to choose add watch and look at it. See, it says matches here. I think I can index into it. I can do like 0. And it gets me bird.
Can we end the show soon?
Yeah, we can just end it right now. All right, let's end it. Get the rate going right now.
Okay.
And we'll pick this up tomorrow. And we left
Okay.
off.
Yes, and we need to work on creating some test cases for what's it called? Normal to superscript numbers, and yeah, we've got a lot done.